When my husband left for work this morning, he kissed me goodbye like always, his brown eyes crinkling at the corners. I watched him drive away, not knowing it would be the last time I'd recognize the man I married. It's strange, the tiny details your mind clings to when things go wrong, like the way the sunlight caught the gold flecks in his irises, or the exact shade of blue in his tie. I only mention this because when he returned that evening, something fundamental was missing, and it would take me hours to realize just how wrong everything had become. He walked through the door at 6:02, punctual as ever, but his eyes were a watery gray, cold and shifting, like storm clouds before rain. I tried to joke, asking if he'd gotten new contacts, but he just stared at me like he didn't understand the question. Over dinner, he recounted stories of our honeymoon in Paris, laughing about a boat ride on the Seine. Only, we'd never been to Paris. Our honeymoon was a quiet cabin in Vermont. When I corrected him, he frowned, genuinely confused, insisting on memories that weren't ours. That night, I watched him from the doorway as he brushed his teeth, humming a tune I'd never heard, an eerie, lilting melody that seemed to echo from somewhere far away. I checked his phone, desperate for a clue, but everything was normal: texts from coworkers, a shopping list, photos of us together. Except in every photo, his eyes, previously brown, were now that same unnatural gray, as if the past had been rewritten to match the present. My skin crawled as I realized I couldn't remember the exact moment his eyes had changed. I tried to sleep, but his soft humming followed me into my dreams, the tune growing louder and more insistent. When I woke, he was standing over me, those unfamiliar eyes locked onto mine. "You'll remember Paris soon," he whispered, voice shifting into something not quite human. The last thing I saw before darkness took me was his smile, wide and wrong, like someone wearing a mask that didn't fit. And now, when I look in the mirror, my own eyes are starting to swirl with that same impossible gray.